How do you make perfect hard-boiled eggs that peel easily? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you my 3-step process on how to make hard-boiled eggs that peel easily every time. Keep watching. If we're just meeting, I'm Denise Jordan, and I teach traditional homemaking for today's woman. So if you want to learn more about making and keeping a home, hit that subscribe button and double tap that little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Okay, let's make some hard-boiled eggs. Well, the term hard-boiled is a little bit of a misnomer. It's actually a hard-cooked egg. And today we're going to make hard-cooked eggs because they're great to have in the fridge for snacks and also just in time for Easter. So let's get that started. You want to make sure that your eggs are room temperature. So take them out of the fridge and let them sit on the counter for just a little bit before you're ready to work with them. So what are you going to need to make hard-cooked eggs? Well, first of all, you're going to need some eggs. So I've got 6 eggs that I'm going to bring to a boil. You're also going to need a saucepan or a pot with a lid. And then you're going to need a bowl to use to create a water bath. So the first thing you're going to do is put your eggs in a pot and make sure you've got a pot big enough that your eggs can rest in the pot in a single layer. And then we're going to fill the pot with water, but you only want enough water to cover the eggs about 1 inch. And you want to turn your heat up to medium-high and bring it to a boil. You can see here the water is just beginning to bubble. Now that it's come to a boil, we're going to remove it from the heat. Cover it. Now I'm going to let it sit with the lid on for about the next 12 minutes, and then we'll get them out and we'll immerse them in the ice water bath. So I'm going to set the timer on my microwave for 12 minutes. And then we'll come back when the timer rings. You want to have your ice water bath ready to go when your timer goes off so that you can plunge your eggs into the ice water bath right away. Because putting them in the ice water bath helps to stop the cooking. So get them out of the hot water right away and put them in the ice water bath. And some people just plunge theirs in cold water. They just empty the pot of hot water and just run cold water over them and let them run. That works too, but putting them in the ice water bath just works a lot more quickly. Once I'm ready to shell my eggs, I will tap them gently on the counter and then rub them gently between my hands. And you want to rub them gently because if you use too much pressure, you can actually break the egg white, or if you tap them too hard, again, you can break the egg white. So tap gently and rub gently. And then put the egg under running water. The running water just helps you to get the shell off, and it takes off any residual eggshell that may be left behind. It's great when the shell comes off in large pieces, but the biggest thing is you want that little membrane to release so you can get the shell off. Now let's slice this egg and take a look at the yolk. We've got a perfect hard-cooked egg. The yolk is nice and clean. There's no black or green around that yolk. So what can you make with hard-cooked eggs? Deviled eggs, egg salad. You can slice them and put them on chef's salads and different things like that. There's a lot of things you can do with hard-cooked eggs, including having them for breakfast and having them for a nice protein snack. So let's say you made up a dozen hard-cooked eggs and you want to put them in the fridge so that you can kind of take them out and use them as you will. Well, one of the first things you want to do is, if you're going to store them in the shell, to mark them. Take a Sharpie and just put a little dot or put a letter H or something on them so that you know these are eggs that have been hard cooked and they're not raw. Now, if you forget to do the marking on the eggs, then you can tell a hard cooked egg from a raw egg by spinning it around. If it spins around like a top, it's been hard cooked. If it kind of wobbles around, then it's raw because the egg yolk is kind of sloshing around, that kind of thing. How long can you keep them? Well, if you keep them in the shell, you can store them in your fridge for about 2 to 3 weeks. If you take them out of the shell, then you want to store them in an airtight container and you can keep them for about a week that way. So here's my question for you. What do you usually do with your hard-cooked eggs? Do you like them for breakfast? Do you like them for snacks at lunches or in salads or things like that? Or do you like the old-fashioned egg salad sandwiches like we used to have when I was a kid? Tell me in the comment section below. And be sure and stop back so you can check out my how to make deviled eggs and then also how to make scrambled eggs. And just so you know, I've raised 3 children and I've managed a home for more than 45 years. So if you want to learn more about making and keeping a home, subscribe. I would love to have you as a member of the TNT community. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying goodbye. I will see you next time.